How often do we contemplate the historical roots of the issues that shape our world today? Our focus now turns to the Middle East, specifically the historical dynamics between Iran and Israel. In the grand tapestry of history, Iran and Israel have woven together a complex narrative, a tale spun not just by politics, but also by culture, shared experiences, and economic exchanges. Delving back to antiquity, the Persian Empire, which we know today as Iran, and the ancient Kingdom of Israel, were neighbors in a cradle of civilization. This geographical proximity sowed the seeds of a relationship that would evolve over centuries, influenced by religion, trade, and shared historical events. The influences of religion on the Iran-Israel relationship are significant, yet transcend political confines. Both nations have been the birthplaces of major world religions, with Judaism taking root in Israel and Zoroastrianism in Iran. These religions have played a significant role in shaping the culture and identity of both nations, creating a shared religious heritage that exists independently of politics. Geography, too, has played a pivotal role. Being located in the same region, the two nations have shared many historical events, from the rise and fall of empires to natural disasters and societal changes. These shared experiences have created a common historical narrative, fostering a connection that transcends political boundaries. Trade has also been a key element in the Iran-Israel relationship. Historically, as part of the Silk Road, Iran and Israel were part of an extensive network of trade routes connecting the East and the West. Goods, ideas, and culture flowed freely between the two nations, fostering mutual interests and understanding. The relationship between Iran and Israel is a rich tapestry, woven with threads of culture, history, and economic exchanges. It's a narrative that extends beyond politics, reminding us that nations, like people, are shaped by a multitude of factors: their history, their religion, their geographical location, their economic interactions, and their shared experiences. Thus, the Iran-Israel issue is far more multifaceted than a mere political dispute. It is a complex interplay of history, culture, and economics, a tale as old as time itself. Did you know that Iran and Israel share more cultural ties than you might imagine? It's a statement that might surprise some, but the cultural exchange between these two nations runs deep and is richly textured. Let's take a journey into the shared traditions that intertwine the lives of Iranians and Israelis. One such tradition is the celebration of Nowruz, the Iranian New Year, which is also observed by many Israelis, particularly those of Persian descent. This celebration, marked by family gatherings, feasting, and the exchange of gifts, serves as a testament to the shared cultural heritage. Moving on to the realm of art and literature, the mutual influences are profound. Iranian poetry, deeply revered and widely read in Israel, has played a significant role in shaping Israeli literary scene. On the other hand, Israeli cinema, known for its poignant storytelling, has found an audience among the Iranian diaspora, further strengthening these cultural ties. But perhaps the most tangible representation of these ties is the presence of Iranian Jews in Israel. This community, which has been a part of the Israeli social fabric for decades, continues to maintain their Iranian traditions, language, and cuisine. They serve as a living bridge between the two nations, embodying the cultural exchange and understanding that transcends political boundaries. The cultural ties between Iran and Israel are not just artifacts of the past. They continue to evolve and shape the relationship between the two countries. These connections create a space for dialogue, understanding, and mutual respect, a space that often gets overlooked in the broader geopolitical narrative. These cultural ties serve as a reminder that despite the political differences, the people of Iran and Israel share a common heritage, marked by millennia of interaction and exchange. They remind us that culture, in all its diverse forms, has the power to transcend boundaries and bring people closer. In the grand scheme of things, these cultural ties between Iran and Israel might seem like small threads, but it's these threads that weave the complex tapestry of human connections, a tapestry that is often more powerful than any political divide. So, culture, in this case, serves as a bridge, connecting two seemingly disparate nations. Scene script. Have you ever considered how economics can shape international relations? Let's dive into the intricate web of economic interactions between Iran and Israel, two nations with a complex history. Without delving into politics, we'll focus on three key aspects: trade relations, oil politics, and the role of sanctions. Trade between Iran and Israel is a fascinating study. Officially, these nations don't have direct trade relations due to their political differences. But in the globalized world we live in, goods and services often find their way through indirect channels. For instance, Iranian pistachios, a globally prized delicacy, have been known to reach Israeli markets through third countries. Similarly, Israeli technology recognized for its innovation finds its way into Iran indirectly. This clandestine trade benefits the economies of both countries and helps maintain a connection between their peoples. Next, we tread into the territory of oil politics. Iran, rich in petroleum resources, has had its oil industry significantly affected by international dynamics. Israel, on the other hand, lacks such resources but has strategically navigated the global energy market. Interestingly, there have been allegations of secret oil trades between these two nations, highlighting the complex and often surprising ways economics can influence international relationships. Lastly, let's talk about sanctions. Sanctions are a tool used by nations or international bodies to exert economic pressure. Iran has been under various international sanctions which have had a profound impact on its economy. While they have political motivations, sanctions deeply affect the lives of ordinary people, leading to inflation, unemployment, and scarcity of essential goods. In Israel, the economic implications of these sanctions are felt too, as they limit potential markets and trade opportunities. Economic interactions between Iran and Israel, therefore, are not just about trade, oil, or sanctions in isolation. They are about how these elements intertwine with the lives of people in both countries, influencing their daily experiences, opportunities, and well-being. Economics, then, is not just about numbers and charts, but about human lives and relationships. But what about the people? How does the Iran-Israel issue impact the lives of ordinary citizens? Let's take a step back from the grand historical narratives, the intricate cultural ties, and the complex economic interactions. Let's take a moment to consider the human aspect of this issue. In the middle of this tension, there are individuals and communities in both countries deeply affected by the situation. For instance, consider the Iranian Jews living in Israel. Having roots in both nations, they often find themselves in a unique position. Their experiences are a testament to the multifaceted nature of the Iran-Israel issue. In Israel, these Iranian Jews have created a vibrant community, contributing to the country's cultural, social, and economic fabric. They've brought with them rich traditions and a unique perspective, adding to the diversity that makes Israel the melting pot it is today. On the other hand, the Iran-Israel issue also influences public opinion in both countries. This, in turn, shapes societal attitudes and behaviors. It's important to remember that while we often hear about these nations in the context of conflict, the people living there have a wide range of views and experiences. It's not uncommon for individuals in both nations to express a desire for peace and understanding. Many yearn for a resolution that will enhance stability and security. They hope for a future where their children won't have to grow up amidst tensions, but rather in an environment of mutual respect and cooperation. However, the reality is that the issue also breeds fear and mistrust, adding a layer of complexity to everyday life. It's a palpable tension that the citizens of both nations navigate daily. We must remember that every international dispute, every headline we read, and every statistic we encounter represent real people. People with hopes, fears, dreams, and challenges. People who laugh, cry, work, and play. People who, at the end of the day, want what we all want: peace, stability, and a better future for their loved ones. The human aspect of the Iran-Israel issue reminds us that behind every international dispute there are real people with real stories. What possibilities lie ahead for the Iran-Israel relationship? This is a question that prompts us to look beyond the existing constraints and imagine a world where bridges are built, not burnt. As we step into the future, we see a vast canvas of potential for the Iran-Israel relationship. This potential is not confined within the boundaries of political discourse, but expands into the realms of culture, economy, and the human spirit. Picture this: Iranian and Israeli artists sharing a stage, their music intertwining to create a melody that transcends borders. Imagine literature festivals where Persian poetry resonates in the land of Hebrew scribes, where stories from the Torah are narrated alongside tales from the Shahnameh. This is the power of cultural exchange, a power that can foster understanding and harmony in the most unlikely of places. Now, let's turn our gaze towards the bustling markets. Visualize a future where Iranian carpets adorn Israeli homes, and Israeli technology powers Iranian industries. Envision trade routes reopening, bringing with them a wave of economic prosperity that benefits both nations. This isn't just about monetary gain, it's about creating interdependencies that make conflict less appealing and cooperation more rewarding. Finally, consider the human connections. Imagine a world where Iranian and Israeli students study side by side, learning not just from textbooks, but also from each other's experiences. Picture families from both nations vacationing together, sharing meals, laughter, and memories. These human connections, once established, have the potential to create a powerful narrative of unity and shared destiny. While these possibilities may seem far-fetched in the present context, it's crucial to remember that the future isn't set in stone. It's a blank page, waiting to be written by the collective actions of individuals, communities, and nations. The future of the Iran-Israel relationship, thus, holds more than just political uncertainty. It holds the promise of shared cultural experiences, economic prosperity, and human connections. This is not just a hopeful sentiment, but a call to action for all those invested in peace and progress. So, what have we learned about the Iran-Israel issue? We've delved into the historical backdrop, discovered the intricate cultural ties, and examined the economic interactions. We've also shed light on the human aspect of the matter, revealing that there's more to it than just politics. We've explored potential future possibilities, demonstrating that the issue is a multifaceted one. In the end, the Iran-Israel issue is not just a political dispute, but a complex web of historical ties, cultural exchanges, economic interactions, and human stories.